Hello everyone. Here's a highlight with some of the things that went down during stream today. We did a reaction video to the Darkshore cutscene. I did a bit of an unhinged storytelling of the world trees in the world. We spoke about the power creep and our position in the storytelling. So yeah, here's a little bit of a highlight. I hope you'll enjoy.
One Sunday, do not take me yet.
What happened?
We were bringing supplies to the war front, just like all the other times.
Pick up the pace! We got to get these supplies to our soldiers by...
Look at these fools right now. These members of the Horde that dare set foot in elven lands. Do they not understand the great mistake? The great danger they are in?
Down!
What is it?
Watch this, watch this. Effortlessly. Without even paying a second of attention. Watch this. What?
Tell her, we are coming.
Where's that guy?
One Sunday, do not take me yet.
He expects us to believe this tale. No single night elf could do all that.
I know one who could.
Hoot hoot.
We will hold this ground for the Horde.
Yeah! The biggest problem in evolution of WoW is that the more expansion we got, the less I felt part of a larger world. Increasingly, the world revolved around you, rather than you could engage with a world that felt alive for you as a player, if you get what I mean. Yeah, but that is definitely an influence. So, and I'm making a lot of comparisons to 14 because I kind of feel like BlizzCon gave the okay for that because they are looking at Final Fantasy 14. In 14, you are the hero, right? Like, you are the main character, but the world does not revolve around you. Whereas in Warcraft, you started off as a random ass adventurer who just showed up and was like, yo, anybody need a hand? What, you need something killed? You need something killed? You need me to dig through some poop? I'll do this, but you give me reputation, rewards, money, whatever. I'm your guy, right? I'm your bro. I will do whatever you tell me to do, and I won't ask too many questions. Now, they still do that. That is still the core foundation of our character. Yet at the same time, the world has started to revere us. Which started with, you are the leader of the Paladins. You are the champion of Azeroth and a child of the world. You are the true Mallwalker. Hey, yo, true Mallwalker, can you go ahead and, like, dig through some poop? I need a key. Can you, like, go and fight off some bees that are stealing my honey? And my dog stepped on it. So they looked at, like, oh, people really like to be the main champion. And they rolled with it. Now, again, there are people that really enjoy being the main character. And the progression of, yeah, it makes sense. I started off as a random adventurer, but now I am the main character. I don't. I would much rather be a random-ass adventurer that shows up. I think Wrath of the Lich King did it really well. Wrath of the Lich King acknowledged my contributes by having me skip the line. And I was like, you know what? That's all I need. Just a little bit of respect. A little bit of understanding where, you know, peasants out of the way, I am the hero that faced off Illidan. Out of the way, I'll help out first. But at the same time, does that make sense? Because we gotta wonder, I have been into space and I fought off against literal gods. The creators of me. I fought against the Titan with my creators. So does it make sense that I am a random-ass adventurer? There is, there's definitely that power scaling as well, right? Hence why we need stronger opponents. Yeah, but that's power creep, ain't it? Like, where do you go from the literal creators of your people? Like, how do you go beyond that? And maybe you can wrap that up by, like, we need to keep it a secret or something. But then again, you have experienced these things. You have experienced some shit, if you think about it. We didn't fix the undead situation that we ignored during Shadowlands and coming out of Dragonflight. Well, you see, what happened was Sylvanas ripped the Helmet of Domination apart, right? And then the sky kind of just broke open. But then for some reason, taking care of the jailer fixed that. And the undead, well, we did have the pre-event, in all fairness. We did have the pre-event where we fought back against the rising tide of undead. And we gave the... Oh god, what are they called? Argent Crusade? We gave them a chance to hold their grounds and get, like, territory. If I had to assume what happened next, is that while we partied in the Shadowlands, they took care of the undead on the world. However, that is an assumption, and if they ever want to use undead again in the story, they'll have, like, reduced numbers or whatnot. But I do know that we've done a pre-event in which we helped those forces gain a foothold to uphold the defense against the undead, and I can only imagine that they were able to whittle away against the undead forces to a point where Azeroth is safe again in the time that we parted in the Shadowlands, and then the time skip. Doesn't Bolvar have a new crown? No. Pelagos is a new crown.
We meet again, champion.
A new world tree ending up close to Quell Falas. Or well, where do you think we'll end up if it leaves the dream? So, okay, so here's the thing. There's a Datamite cutscene which supposedly reveals stuff like that. I haven't seen it yet, and I don't want to know it, so please don't mention it in chat. I don't know. I don't know what the right call is in that regard. I've seen people dreading it being dropped in the Dragon Isles. I've seen people dreading it being dropped on the old place where Teldrassil was. I don't know what's a good call at this point. I don't know. Quell Falas? Maybe. I don't know. I'm not really invested enough to be like, this is where I want the tree. I don't really have... No, don't be apologetic. Like, you can't know what's been data mined. I'm just giving a heads up to people that are like, Noble, I know the answer to this question. I've been online before. Put it in the... Oh, the poor Night Elves! Put it in the maw. Why do people hate the Night Elves? Oh. Was Teldrassil our world tree? It was a world tree. Nordrassil, Teldrassil, there's one in Northrend that got corrupted. There's a bunch of... Okay, so basically what happens... Oh god, remember. Come on, brain, work. If I remember right, Alexstrasza took a seed from Gahanir, the mother tree, like the first one, and she took that seed and she planted the world tree Nordrassil over the Well of Eternity after the War of the Ancients, since Illidan Stormrage had taken like vials from the original well, and he was like, we don't need a drinking source, we need more power, let's bring the Well of Eternity back. Because Illidan knew that the Legion was going to return. Unfortunately, bringing back the well also brought back the option for the Legion to come back, so people were like, yo, what the Illidan? Illidan imprisoned for life, not allowed to himself. And then they were like, oh shit, we got a new Well of Eternity. We just fought a massive war with this well. What are we gonna do? And the dragons, they were like, okay, we're just gonna plant a little seed over it, little tree. It will contain the power, and we'll do you better yet. We'll give you some blessings. So they blessed the tree, immortality, access to the Emerald Dream, life, healthy lives, and that was it. From Nordrasil, we have Fendrel Stackhelm, who took a couple of the boughs, like a couple of branches, and he started planting world trees all over the place. Little world tree here, little world tree there. And he was like, oh, look at that, world trees, they fix everything. You got like Serenite from Yaksharon, don't worry about it, this world tree will fix it. Unfortunately, the world tree burrowed so deep with its roots that it touched the subterranean prison of Yaksharon, which not only gave him access into the Emerald Dream and planted the seeds for the Emerald Nightmare, it also screwed over the tree. So with a big sad in their hearts, they were like, oh man, we gotta chop it down. And that's the world tree you can find in Northrend. Then fast forward a couple of years, and again, Teldrassil was like, ooh, I wanted to plant some little happy world trees. And Malfurion was like, don't do it. And he's like, I'm going to do it. And don't do it. He wanted to do it because they blew up Nordrasil, right? They blew up Nordrasil in order to defeat Archimonde at the end of Warcraft 3. And they blew up Nordrasil, the enchantments, no more immortality, no more beautiful elves, no more access, easy access into the dream. That's all blown up. It's healing, but it's still gone. And Stackhelm was like, yeah, but I like immortality. I like to have a dream. Little did we know, remember that Emerald Nightmare? Oh, by the way, the Emerald Nightmare is whispering in his ears through his son, right? His son who died in the war against Cthulhu. Whole different story. However, Stackhelm corrupted evil. That's what you need to know. He planted his new little world tree as Malfurion was taking a nap. Malfurion is taking a nap? I know, right? Who would have guessed Malfurion taking a nap? That is so out of character. Malfurion was taking a nap. Stackhelm was like, I'm going to do it anyways. And we helped Stackhelm with keeping Malfurion stuck into the dream. You might remember the questline in Classic, where he asked you to go into like Unguro and get like seedlings and whatnot. That stuff, Morrograin it was called. That was actually used to keep Malfurion trapped in a nightmare. Oh my god, we helped the bad guy. Anywho, there is Teldrassil, and Stackhelm is like, look at it, isn't it a beautiful world tree? Isn't it amazing? We can live there. And they were like, yo, Aspects, bless my tree. And the Aspects were like, nah. And he was like, please. And they were like, nah. He was like, please. They were like, nah. They didn't bless Teldrassil. So they have a new world tree, but still no immortality. Womp, womp. Fast forward to the Cataclysm. Malfurion is able to get himself out of the Emerald Dream where the Nightmare Lord is keeping him trapped. He gets out of the tree. He gets out of the dream. He touches the tree. And he's like, oh my god, this tree! It's infected! It's corrupted! So he used his epic druidic powers. Malfurion has epic druidic powers. I know, right? He does more than taking naps. And he cleanses the shit out of that tree. To which you might say, oh, damn, did the Aspects bless the tree after that? And Malfurion's wisdom was like, nah, Nosdormu, we should not get our immortality back. Clearly, we need to spend our lives as mortal. What the fuck? He didn't get his immortality back? No! Changes! Life, living as true mortal beings! But not everybody amongst the elves was like, yo, that's a really good call. And that's why we see them now sign up with the Druids of the Flame. And there was another world tree in Legion, and that also was affected with the nightmare. We basically, what I told you with like Malfurion waking up from the nightmare and the dream, that was all in a book, right? But they did this really weird concept where they took a story out of the book and they let us play through it in the game, as if it's a fucking video game! I know, right? They did that in Legion. It was the whole nightmare raid, and it was awesome. Well, sort of.